Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is R. Payne here, marriage, politics, and sports. Listen, this is my next installment of Sunday meal with my wife and daughters. This one was simple. I just kept it real simple, but I'm gonna walk you through, what I how I set things up and and all of that kind of stuff for this particular Sunday meal. And we had a good time, no conversation. My oldest daughter wasn't at this particular meal, but she always she's want to come by once or twice a month, and she's living out on her own. But I want to have her with us at least one Sunday every month, while she makes her own way out there in the universe. But anyhow, it's but I'm gonna keep the title the same, by the way. So this one, we have good conversations and we talk about business with my other daughter. A couple of times we talk about real estate, like I said, I think last time. And we just talk about life in general, how people view you. My daughter was being honored at her church, at our church, I should say, for her accomplishments so far in her architectural journey with an architectural firm. And so she was talking back to the youth of the church and she gave him some good pointers and stuff like that. So I was proud of her there. So, when she got back, I had some meal made. So this one is really simple. Now, the salad you see, I make from scratch. I get the ingredients and I have a nice salad bowl. I put it together. We'll walk through some of that. And of course, we'll walk through the hamburgers, and it's just a hamburger, right? And what I put on top of it and all that kind of stuff. So I just had some fun with this Sunday since I'm home, I'm retired. I don't mind getting in the kitchen. I like it more and more now uh, because I do it more. I mean, I've always cooked ever since I was in college. Always cooked. At first, it was just for the honeys. Now I'm cooking. It's still kind of for the honeys, but one of them I'm married to, and the other couple of my daughters. Anyway, and of course, I enjoy the burgers myself. So I'm gonna step through these the prep and things of that nature so you can take a look at it. And I'm having fun with these. It's good to get away from all the seriousness in life and all that kind of stuff and just chill out and talk about having a meal. And anybody who has a family, I recommend wholeheartedly, if you could pick a day, 2 days or whatever it is with your family, to sit down over the dinner table and have a conversation over a good meal, is something I think we should get back to for the I guess for the families that we still have left, in our dwindling society. But okay, so here goes. Let's start with we're gonna start from the beginning. All right. All right. Let me start from the beginning here. All right. There you go. You guys should see this. I'm going to make sure you see it. Yeah, you see it. All right, cool. Start from the beginning. Listen, so I take some hamburger meat. This was 2 pounds of hamburger, right? I saw this contraption on the internet, and it makes perfect hexagon quarter pounders. It just really does. This is my first time using it, so I kind of oiled it up with a little bit of olive oil so I can make sure this doesn't stick. And so I season the meat, has some nice ingredients I put in there, and I just mix it up. And this is how I always made hamburgers. So I never just use the meat without seasoning it up. Not too much season, not too much salt, but just flavor, 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 flavor. So you put the meat in this contraption, right? It's 8 perfect hexagon hamburgers. Six, eight. So that's then you put the cover on it. I should have showed the underbelly of the cover, except it cuts grooves in the hamburger. So you have 8 hamburgers, hexagons in all quarter pounder if you spread out the meat properly. Okay, so this is the ingredients I put in the salad bowl. There's a whole bunch of stuff here: black olives, romaine lettuce, uh, colored peppers, yellow, red, orange, black olives. I have feta cheese in there. I have I put a little parsley in there. I gotta be careful with the parsley, could overpower everything. So just a little bit of that in there, black pepper on the top. So I just kind of put it in there, red onion, so this is where it's mixed up. Yeah, you mix it up. And you don't even need, actually, the truth of the matter is, you don't even have to put salad dressing on this. You really don't. You do, I mean, and if you do, just a little bit so you can get some taste on it, but you don't really need it, right? Because my daughter didn't eat this with salad dressing. I tried it without it too, but I put a little bit of balsamic on mine. So here's some of the ingredients that I was going to put on top of the burger. Okay. So you got some ham, I got to put the ham in hamburger. So you got some ham, you got some cheese. I had some bacon, right? So here's it cooking on the stove. And there's no fire under those, that bread there. I toasted them later on. And so here's those perfect, see those hexagon shaped hamburgers. Now, at first, I had this crazy idea that I was going to do double deckers, but I saw how big these hamburgers were. I said, well, that's not going to happen. So I didn't do that. All right. So this is the, so I put all the burgers together. I had, and we had some pickles and all that kind of stuff. And here's the salad. So I laid it out. So this was real simple. Right? A real simple meal. Didn't take that long for me to do or prep. All right. So, and here's what it looks like, right? Put the salad on the plate, cut the burger open. Now, I didn't flatten the burgers like I could have, so it could have been more even, but they still fit on this brioche bun. That's what those buns were. I should have mentioned it. These are brioche buns that I toasted on the grill. And there's a lot of flavor, man. You put those pickles on there, and I made a special sauce. I didn't even take a picture of the special sauce, and I should have. Made a. I call it a yes sir sauce. So I put that on the bun, and it's just all very very good. So that's it for the pictures. This was a simple one, like I said it was going to be, and um, yeah. So don't take much to have Sunday meal. So the meal is only the sidebar, right? The meal is really only the sidebar. The real interesting thing is to have your family with you around the table and y'all could discuss anything under the sun. Y'all could catch up, see how they're doing in their lives. So they could ask you. And so it's me and my wife, we sit down and we have this conversation, we share it all. And it seems like it's never ending amount of things to talk about. It really isn't. Because when you have three different lives or four different lives, there's always something going on, and there's always something that they feel, after a while, you feel more comfortable talking about, right? So this is a good idea. So I don't know, there's probably not as many families doing this at least once a week, more twice a week, whatever. There's some families I know that at 6 o'clock, almost every day, they're at the table talking or at the table eating. And everybody stops what they're doing. If you're home, you're at the table, you wash your hands, and you'll eat a meal. That's almost every day for some families, right? So, and then there's some families, they never sit at the table and talk, and that's a mistake. And if you don't do it every day because everybody's going crazy, pick a day out of the week, pick a day out of the month. Do something where it's mandatory that you'll sit around the table as a family and over a meal to talk. And if you didn't do it, whoever's leading that family, and it should be a man, you start mandating that. Even at first, if you start getting people say, you know what? Hey, if they're still under the roof, then they have to at least listen up and comply. And then you just move, and you just start doing it. And then people, whoever's in the house, they'll start adding around the table. And then they all of a sudden look forward to the day y'all around talking and eating together. And y'all could have fun with the kind of meal you're going to have. It doesn't have to be expensive. This is real simple. This one was just a hamburger with a salad on the side. I purposely didn't do fries. So, because you could also start to regulate how healthy you eat as well if you'll start doing it together. Well, that's enough for this one. Maybe I'm back next week or the week after. Like I said, every Sunday I'm gonna do a meal. I may not post them all, but you know what? If it's good and I have something to say, I'll post it Art Payne, marriage, politics, and sports. Happy Sunday. Over and out.